Welcome back to Joy in Our Town, a deeper look into how the WorkFaith connection is experiencing the love of Christ. Take a look.
One of the fun things at the WorkFaith Connection is we do a graduation on the last day of class. And for often the men and women we're serving, this is a big step for them because they not only made the commitment to come to the WorkFaith Connection, they've actually done all the work to complete it. So as they stand there with that certificate held in front of them and we're taking that picture and the audience is clapping and cheering them on and just tears streaming down their face as they realize, I did it. I actually did something all the way across the finish line. And this is just the beginning of many completions ahead in their life.
I was just so excited to get that certificate. I felt very accomplished.
And once they have employment, they ring that bell so loudly and with so much joy. It's something they looked forward to. And then the whole WorkFaith Connection family around them is there to celebrate and applaud with them and be part of that milestone of success. It's not just about the workshop. It's not just about getting that first job. It's about learning to make decisions in a way that leads to a productive and stable life.
No matter how you feel, you get a hug every day from someone, and that may be the one thing that holds you over until the next day, just to give you hope.
And every time I get my paycheck, I know that I earned that. And for the first time in my life, I could say that.
I've been able to move out on my own. I've got married to my old junior high school sweetheart.
To be back in the lives of my children it's pretty much what I was created for. You know, I'm a parent, and it's my responsibility to have, you know, a hand in my children growing up and to be an example.
It makes a big difference when you get that second chance at something.
As much as I've done a lot of bad things in the past, if for nothing else, I want to be an example to them that people have the capacity to change and that having God in your life makes a difference.
Today, they are that person of hope for someone else. They are that person of light for someone else. And it's in that spot that they begin to see they have so much to give this world.
I have to confess to you that the first time I watched this video, I literally had tears in my eyes and I was choking up because, Sandy, it was so beautiful just to see all the stories, people ringing that bell, people clapping and cheering. Just amazing what happens when folks come through the WorkFaith Connection programs. Now, I wanted to ask you if we saw a lot of success stories in the video. Is there one that's really near and dear to your heart?
There is, and so Scott, who was in the video, talked about how he was not a good father, he was not a good citizen. What was so cool was that Scott came to us just 3 weeks after he got out of prison and had not seen his children in 9 years. Oh. But while he was in prison, God had really gotten hold of his heart, and he became convinced God was really big on fatherhood, and he wanted to be, as a follower of Christ, a father in the lives of his children, be rebuilding that trust. Last time they saw him, he was addicted to drugs. Wow. So rebuilding that trust and being part of that family reunification and seeing those 4 kids be able to have their dad back in their life was a really cool journey to be able to watch unfold over the years that came from that.
That's amazing. And probably Scott was one of the ones that made me tear up.
Yes.
Because I've been able to do prison ministry, and I know I've heard so many testimonies of what God is doing behind bars. So it's really cool to see what's happening behind the scenes. And then when they come out and they're able to connect with the WorkFaith Connection and your ministry here, that future story that God is writing is just, it gives me chills to think about.
It does. It's pretty miraculous, actually. And to realize that it doesn't cost them anything to come here, that the community has made this provision so that they can come, regardless whether it's prison or just struggling in job search. The next story, the next step is always a beautiful thing to watch what God does.
I'm glad you mentioned both of those things. The fact that it's free. I cannot believe that people can go through this incredible program and land jobs for free. And it's incredible that it's not just for inmates coming out of prison, but you mentioned, you know, moms that are trying to get back into the workforce after staying home or after they're single moms, or people in their 70s, you know, who are trying to get work again.
Well, I'll tell you a dad story real quick, is that one of these men said, you know, my wife was leaving for work every day. He had a college degree, a great job, but he was in such shame over the fact that he didn't have a job that as soon as that garage door would go down, he was crawling back in bed.
Oh, wow.
He had no idea how to embrace this job search and how to provide for his wife and his son. And so many reasons.
That's amazing. So I'm glad you guys are here. Sandy, thank you as president and CEO for everything you do, sacrificing to make sure so many people have a better life in the future. And if you're watching, you know somebody in Houston or you're in Houston who can benefit from the WorkFaith Connection, today would be an amazing day to visit their website and find out more.
Thank you for joining us. I'll see you next time right here on Joy in Our Town.